Today we're going to talk about Jeni's Darkest Chocolate specifically. Now if you look in her book, or one of her books, Jeni's Splendid Ice Creams, it clearly shows the older version of the recipe with cream cheese, physical chocolate, coffee, lots of different things. But for some reason over time, all that stuff's been removed, and if you look on the website now or on the back of the tubs, it's just cocoa powder. I don't know why that's been removed. It's well, it's going to be down to the cost of manufacture. All those kind of things, it would just be quite expensive to make and produce and get out and blah blah blah, so they've just gone with the cocoa powder version for retail, which kind of makes sense financially. I'm not slating Jeni's ice cream for doing this. It's an absolute normal thing to do. But is it a little bit boring, just cocoa powder? I mean, you can't beat a good chocolate ice cream, that's for sure. But for me, I want a bit more. I want a bit more than just cocoa powder. I'm sure she uses an excellent quality cocoa powder. I'm also going to use an excellent quality cocoa powder. But instead of naming this one Jeni's, this is what we were going to do, title of the video, I've renamed this one to mine. So this is Nick's Darkest Chocolate Ice Cream. If you want to find out how to make it, stick around and we'll show you. This is an easy one to start with, so just add your milk, cream and sugar to the pan and then gently heat. Once it's warmed, add in your physical chocolate chips. Once it's all melted and combined, then you need to add in your cocoa powder, coffee and salt. If you have it and you want to, you can also add 1 teaspoon of 100% Dutch cocoa powder, but this really is only for colour. Finally, add in a couple of teaspoons of skimmed milk powder, combine it well, then turn off the heat. Chill that mix in the fridge for a few hours, and then you're ready to churn. I've got a strong machine here, so I'm adding my chopped chocolate before the end, but you can just fold it in after batching it up. Layer in your chocolate sauce of choice. I'm using an excellent Monin dark chocolate sauce here, but you can make one just as easily. I'll put a recipe in the description below should you want to do it. Finally, freeze your new creation for a few hours and try not to eat it too soon. So the ice cream's been in the freezer for 4, 5, 6 hours, something like that. We're going to take a scoop out and see what it looks like. And here we go. Scoops beautifully. I mean, I can smell the chocolate coming out of it. So this is everything in here. This is physical chocolate, 70% cocoa solids. We've got Calabao cocoa powder, which is 24% fat. We've got the 100% cocoa powder Dutch process. It's just really dark. Actually, it doesn't taste any stronger, and that's a misconception that a lot of people have. The darker the chocolate, the stronger it tastes. I mean, it's usually quite bitter. It doesn't taste of chocolate. It loses that flavour when it gets kind of that dark. The chocolate sauce, blimey, there's a lot in here. Now, one thing that Jeni's did say in, I think on one of her blog posts, was that her dark chocolate is so close to being too much that it's borderline bitter, it's borderline flaky, and that is kind of what you want from something like this, really intense chocolate. I mean, it's one of her most popular flavours according to the world of the internet, and it's just nice to know that there's, you know, a lot of chocoholics out there just like me. Let's dig in. You got the chunks of chocolate going through there. It's so close to being too much chocolate, but it's perfect. It's a real punch in the face, kick in the arse amount of chocolate in here. If you don't like chocolate ice cream, this probably isn't for you. But if you do and you like a lot of that intense chocolate flavour, this is really something to go for. You don't have to have special chocolate. You can use whatever dark chocolate you have available. I would say get somewhere around a 70% cocoa solids. That's kind of that sweet spot. Any more than that and it gets a little bit bitter. Doesn't taste like chocolate to me. But it's surprisingly easy to make this. Have a go. Let us know what it's like. Send us some pictures. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this video. Super dark chocolate ice cream. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks very much. Take care.